Hello everyone. Today we will take up the comprehension part of chapter 12, that is personal friend. In continuation of our last video which we did with comprehension, we will start which was the magazine which changed their lives. The name of the magazine which changed their lives was Humanity. How? It was in this magazine that the article entitled Equations attracted the narrator's attention and it changed his life totally because it talked about the topic that friendships nowadays have become extinct. Why is the writer sorry that the magazine is no longer in existence? The writer feels sorry that the magazine is no longer in existence because it used to deal with articles which normally grasped attention of readers, giving ideas for ideas and dealing with interesting topics. What was the writer's view about middle aged pen friendships? The writer at first scoffed at the idea or he mocked at middle aged pen friendships and he did not take seriously the idea about it. Is the writer married? Yes, the writer is married as we get the hint from the chapter itself, where he gives a slight reference to his wife. Why did the idea of a pen friend attract him? The idea of a pen friend attracted him because, firstly, it was faceless and there was no fear. One could express his ideas freely or he would get ideas for ideas. So, this idea of pen friend attracted him most. How did the writer recognize Malika? The writer recognized Malika during one of his accidental meeting with her. She had come to the branch where he was working as an assistant, and this lady, she came and sat at his table asking him to help him write down a application. He saw the blue sheet of paper written with green letters closely and he at once recognized Malika's handwriting and the sheet, the color of the sheet helped him to recognize Malika as he was receiving letters from her pen friend in the same handwriting and on the same sheet of paper. What did the writer imagine himself to be? The writer imagined himself to be a person, the picture of whom he had cut from a magazine and put it in his drawer. He would often look at the picture and imagine himself to be like him, who was a sober person and who looked like a well behaved gentleman. He sometimes forgot that he was not himself and he had assumed the role of that picture which he had cut from the magazine. Why does he refer to the woman as a fake person? He refers to the woman as a fake person because she had assumed the name which was Malika instead of her real name, and she had sent a photograph which was not of hers but somebody else's. Even she had told him the wrong address, her residential address was not correct, and she had even beguiled him with the description. Actually, she was a pale, faded, nondescript type of person, whereas the photograph which she had sent was of a good looking young woman. Why does he sit down to write this letter? He sits down to write this letter because during those 7 years he had imagined himself to be a person who was quite different from his real self, and he had enjoyed this relationship the most in his life. He had shared every detail with the person who had become his pen friend, and he had come to know of the person, the friend, each and every detail. So this was all reciprocal and he was enjoying with the pen friend. Answer the following questions in your own words. Why does the writer want to forcibly resuscitate Mrinal Vashisht? The writer wants forcibly to resuscitate Mrinal Vashisht because he had enjoyed his relationship with the pen friend the most, and he had forgotten all his troubles. He had started living a different type of life. Why do you think the man and the woman write under assumed names? According to me, the man and the woman write under assumed names because they want to hide their identity and they want to not reveal their actual self to one another. Why does Veena choose to use green ink? Veena chose to use green ink perhaps because she wanted to be a person who would attract the attention through her handwriting, through her closely written words in green ink on a blue sheet of paper.